Hey guys, Megan Lynn here, Spiritual Empress. How is everybody? I am doing great, thank you. Nobody asked, but whatever. I wanted to talk today a little bit about the human design concept. So the human design concept, I talk about this in my other videos, mostly about projectorship, but the human design concept is the theory, and it's based off of science, astrology, multiple religions, astronomy, all kinds of stuff. Basically what it boils down to is that we all have an energy type that we are anchoring here, or lack thereof energy type that we're anchoring here, and that not all of us have the same strategy for success, getting into new careers, relationships, things like that. So there are generators, which are 70% of the population. There are projectors, which are 20% of the population. There are manifesting generators mixed in kind of in there. Manifestors and reflectors. So those are the different types. You guys can actually human design yourself. You'll just have to look it up, give your birthday, place, things like that. It will give you what your type is, and then you can kind of look up what your strategy is and kind of go from there. I do a lot of research, so I know a lot about the different types, but bless. I came across a lot of articles recently that were about projectors. So projectors, we do not have an energy center of our own. And basically people were saying, and I've had people say that to me too, oh, so you're basically like a vampire. Could we be? I guess we could, but no, we're not. Ways that we are a little bit vampiric, I'll kind of explain why somebody would think that, is actually projectors. So that's 20% of the population. We do not have our own divine sacral center for energy. So we cannot get things going really on our own. We're here to guide and to play. So we are not here to get things started or actually do the work here, sorry to say. However, because we don't have energy of our own, we do have to lock into people who do. So if you're going to talk about energy vampires, things like that, we do have to have people around us that have energy, and we also have to lock into those people. So if you guys are a projector and you start kind of tuning into your own energy, you'll start to be able to navigate which people you can lock into. And I do this on the regular with people, especially at work, that I can lock into, that we just create. What projectors do is we don't actually suck energy from people because we don't have it. We actually amplify it. So because that sacral center is just open, it's actually open to the energy of others, and it projects into others. So we, one, can see people for who they really are, and we also can cycle that energy in and out. So what happens a lot of the times is when projectors end up locking into generators is we amplify energy, good and bad. And we can actually get a lot of shit done, or help people get a lot of shit done. But what happens then, and this is the confusion with us being vampiric, is we can actually take on that energy as well. So if I'm surrounding myself with a certain amount of generators and they're here grinding, my job is not to grind here. However, I can amplify that energy within other people, and I can start living as though I am a generator, or performing as though I am a generator, and getting kind of lost in my type in a way that I'll start to overwork myself. I'll start to stay late at the office, things like that, that projectors are not supposed to do. So that's one way that kind of we can discredit people saying that because we don't have energy, we suck it from other people. We don't. However, we can amplify it. We can burn out generators. So if it's just, I say this a lot with projectors and generators in relationships, we can definitely amplify bad situations too. And this is just an unconscious thing that we do, but it's because that's what we're doing, is we're actually pulling in the energy and cycling it out, making it bigger. So if a generator is really stressed, what a generator needs to do is separate themselves from a projector needs to separate themselves from the other person. So as far as not having our own energy center, we can't really be draining unless we're solely focused on one person. Then we can kind of burn out a generator, because for a generator, they always work really hard anyway. We can wear them out. What else? We can definitely be very, depending on where your placements are. I'm a borderline. I have almost no defined centers. So what we can also magnify is actual magnetism. So what people don't really realize about us is instantly what they'll do, and I guess this is vampiric-like, is they will connect with us very quickly, but that's because a projector projects into their aura. So we can very quickly tune into them, what kind of makes them tick, who they truly are, and then what we can do is we can actually magnify chemistry. So what I've found, and this is really funny, I just had this happen to me recently, is people who come up to a projector unknowingly. I had like a guy friend do this to me, and he came up and he would like do this thing where he would like get in like your face just to be weird. And so he came up to me and he got into my face and something just locked in, and we both like realized it in like 2 seconds, and it kind of amplified this like chemistry almost. And he stopped himself, and it was weird because it clicked at kind of the same time. I didn't like react to it, but he did, and he went, holy shit, I could have just like kissed you right now. And I was like, yeah, you totally could have. But it was because we basically can amplify chemistry. So people who tend to fall for projectors get kind of sucked into that magnetism wherever it is. If it's chemistry or whatever it is, it's actually amplified. So people tend to feel very, very attracted to projectors, especially if they're in like a one-on-one setting, and it's because we're literally amplifying the energy. So that's definitely where you're gonna think like sparks are flying, that kind of thing. What else? And the only other really thing, I just wanted to do a little rant today because I found it really hilarious. We help a lot of people. So for me, when people say like we're energetic vampires, like we literally just want to help everybody. But for projectors, we do have to wait to be invited. So just like a freaking vampire, we have to be invited in. So I don't usually volunteer information unless I am being invited to do so. So whether that's my opinion, my advice, things like that, projectors will realize very quickly on, or if they look back in their life, that times that they've known how to fix a problem, or they've really spoken up in a situation without somebody asking, people really kind of like stop and look at you like an alien, and projectors really don't feel heard that way, and it's because they weren't invited. So I literally make a joke about that to everybody, like we have to be invited for everything. So the only way that YouTube actually works for projectors is because by coming to our page, you're inviting us to share with you. So we're not going to get so much backlash with stuff like that. You've invited us in. However, in any other scenario, if I saw you on the street, I knew how, you know, maybe I'm intuiting like stuff's going on with you. I'm not going to just come out and say it to you. I'm usually going to ask you some sort of probing question or throw some bobber in the water to get invited to do so. So it's kind of like a little game that we have to play, but I definitely do make a joke about this all the time. We have to wait to be invited in. So in order for us to speak our piece or for us to help you, you guys have to kind of seek us out, and that's because we can't initiate things. But other than that, though, really as far as energy vampirism goes, can we burn out people? We really can't unless we are really focused on them, and that tends to be in a relationship. Also, projectors, if you go and you look back at the best jobs you've had in your life, or the best relationships you've had in your life, or things like that, or that have ended badly, or things like that, it's typically because either you weren't invited, so you initiated it, you maybe you pursued a new career, you pursued a new job opportunity yourself, you initiated it, or you, what else? That's really it, especially with the relationships too. If you're really trying to lock in a relationship as a projector, like projectors need to like lie in wait, and that's what we're good at. So, and that's kind of what we have to do. It really, really freaking sucks. So, As far as that goes, I just wanted to talk a little bit about projectors. We're not energy vampires. I'm sorry, honey. But we are rare. There aren't a lot of us, and the only thing I could really see that being plausible there would be the magnetism thing, because that's hardcore. Like, it really surprises me sometimes. I'll lock into somebody and it's really weird. You can kind of feel like the magic happening in a way, but then they feel it too, but it's like intensified. So projectors will tend to attract, especially if they're of a different type. If they attract a different energy type to them, projectors will probably deal with a lot of people who become obsessive or really or not psychotic, but like people who really feel that chemistry and they mistake it for this like insane connection when really the projector is detached. So I can say that's definitely true for me, but as far as that goes, just magnifying situations, we do that. So yeah, I just kind of want to talk a little bit about projectorships. We're not vampires. I will, my coven would not agree with it either, so... All right, guys, so I'm going to do some more readings. I got some more requests to do some, so I'll be doing some more of those. And thanks for listening. We'll talk soon, guys. Bye.